KULLCHR. I mean, that's it. It is what it is. You know, we got culture vultures over on the other side. So what we gonna do is make something for our side, and we gonna claim this. We gonna lock this shit down. So man, whenever you hear culture,
what it do, man?
That's your shit.
Oh man, we back with another episode of Culture. This is episode 3, 4, one of them. But I do have a podcast to put up before.
It's just culture. Peace.
I don't know if I'm gonna put it up before this or not, but me and my co-host, I'm still doing a little editing on that one. We got to get things together. But so I'm starting out with the good news. I told you we start out with good news on Culture. We start out, but shit can quickly decline, and that it is about to do today, man. But just give you a brief update, man. I've been trying to do my research on podcasting, and I kind of feel like some stars, some big names watch my podcast, man. Because if you note, last week I did a skit. Anyway, in as far as promoting it, I was talking about how the podcast game is to be sold and not told. And what do you know? I turned on the Joe Budden podcast this morning, and who was talking about how to, about your podcast game and all of this. Not that he was giving out the jewels, not that he was giving us what the podcasters out here want to know, but he was most definitely talking about it. And maybe it's just a coincidence. Listen, I'm telling y'all, man, this podcast is going to go places. When I tell you it's going to shoot and it's going to do some great things, it's going to do some real great things. It's kind of hard to get people to listen to a podcast that don't listen to podcasts, or that just don't listen to your podcast. And people will lie to you and tell you that, yeah, I listen to your podcast. Man, you be talking about some real shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I had a cousin of mine that me and one of my friends was clowning on Facebook because I asked something about the podcast, and she jumped in like she knew what she was talking about, like she just knew what I was talking about. But my friend that do listen to the podcast was like, I didn't know you talked about that. I was like, hey, I didn't. I texted her like, nah, I didn't. But that's how people can come off and play you. And I don't know if that's trying to massage your ego or whatever they do, however it go. But they can tell you about other people's shit. Now, I ain't saying other people like, their friend or something like that, but just other people's shit. But I don't know. They just probably don't listen to podcasts, man. It take a special person to listen to podcasts, period. You got to sit down, and that person is talking have to have some kind of connection with you. I guess their voice have to be pleasing. I guess they have to be talking about something. I guess all of those things play a part in drawing people to your platform. I know we can get on here and we can talk about how to share and post and comment, trying to get your algorithms up and get shit streaming out there. It's I don't want to say it's difficult. It's just time consuming. A lot of people like to see things go, just pick up at any time, but it don't work like that. I mean, but look, I think last time I was talking to you, I had like 12, maybe 13 people in the Culture Facebook room. And today, man, we have 24 people in there. 23 people, 23 or 24. I don't know if that's from the co-host bringing people in or whatever, but it's there. It's most definitely climbing up. I'm glad to see them 23 people there. I still don't get nothing but like 7 people looking at, because you can see when people look at post or whatever you put up. I still see the seen by 7 people, seen by such and such people. And I was talking to him today, and I told him, I said, man, I think it's because people know us that's in that room. The reason that they won't comment and they won't share and they won't try to boost you, because they know us. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's I'm not going to say it's hard to promote someone that it's just that you don't want to, those people don't want to promote you unless you make, if you get a little steam up under you. Because trust me, it's not about what I'm talking about right now. It's about, what am I trying to say? It is about what I'm talking about, but people will share, they will comment if they see someone else doing it that don't know you. You know what I'm saying? Because they'll be like, 400 people sharing it. They can't know him, so I'm going to talk about it and share it too. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it go, man. I'm not bitter about it, because like I said, I know how that shit go. I know what it is out there. So no, I'm not bitter about it. And I appreciate the 7 people, the 12 people, how many ever people that listen to the podcast that may talk about it. I may hear somebody say something about it, and it's well appreciated. Oh man. But getting into topics today, man. This is on the eve. Listen, man. We're on the eve of Pop Smoke, which is a Brooklyn rapper. He got murdered this morning in a home invasion. Now, I didn't know too much about him. I heard people like Joe Budden talk about him on the podcast. I looked him up. I, heard his song. That's the song that really got him popping out here. I listened to that. I heard 50 Cent say something about him the other day. Just the other day, he was talking about him. I looked him up again. See, that's how, that's just how focused I was on him. He sound like 50, Ja Rule, just a lot of those New York rappers, mixed up together. But he got a good sound now. I give it to him. He got a good sound and everything. And, but he was having beef with Casanova. I don't know if y'all familiar with Casanova. Casanova is another rapper that I don't really listen to, but I've heard his name ring out a couple of times in different podcasts. I actually listened to I think he was on Lip Service with Angela Yee, and I just heard him talking and things like that. He's a blood. Now, this is the thing. I'm not saying this has anything to do with it, because they supposed to have squashed this beef. But like I said, Pop Smoke, which is a Crip, and Casanova, which is a blood, they were beefing. And Casanova said some real hard shit. I don't think they were letting Casanova into award shows or something like that. I don't know if that's what it was about, but I'm pretty sure it is, because like I said, he said some real hard shit. But and we're on the eve of a Fort Valley State student, Antria Gunn. She was murdered. I think she went missing a day before Valentine's Day, or maybe even on Valentine's Day. She went missing. People looking for her. She was from the Atlanta area. Beautiful young lady. This is the second student that went missing and found murdered within the last 6 months, I think, up here in Atlanta. But I think she was found down in Middle Georgia somewhere. They do have someone arrested, and they always say this person is a person of interest, but it was her boyfriend. I think his name is DeMarcus Little. DeMarcus was actually arrested on, so I guess domestic, some destroying property or something like that. When the last time you heard of somebody getting arrested on destroying property? What he did is he got arrested on some stuff that happened 2 weeks ago. How do you, and I'm just going to get away from it like this since they want to structure it like this. You know what I'm saying? How do you arrest somebody for something 2 weeks ago? It's not like you didn't know where he was. He was a student at Fort Valley State. You know what I'm saying? So they arrested him now for busting her windows out. You know that pussy whip shit. He bust her windows out, cut her tires, just she must have trying to leave him or something. But they have him arrested as a person of interest. He didn't try to, it wasn't something that he tried to run or anything like that. But I'm pretty sure he is number one on their list. Now, all they have to do is just find that DNA, and it's going down. Again, rest in peace, Antria and Pop Smoke. And I hate to keep talking. I mean, last podcast, man, I was on here talking about a death and, just deaths, period. And I hate to talk about deaths like that, but it's in the news. It's in the media. These things are part of someone else's life. And I think everybody should be celebrated the same way that we celebrate an artist, anybody popular or something like that. Miss Gunn should be on billboards. She should be plastered all over the internet, which I'm pretty sure she is on here in South Georgia. Well, in Georgia, period. I'm not in South Georgia. I don't even know why I said South Georgia, but she was a student at Fort Valley State University. But what I want to end this with, man, is, people don't realize that what we put out into the atmosphere is what we get. And Pop Smoke, I don't know the brother that much, and I ain't even, talking bad about him, but, they spoke ill on Tekashi 6ix9ine. They said he was either going to be locked up or he was going to be dead. You know what I'm saying? Because of the way his music was. And, as I listened to some of Pop Smoke music after he died, of course, I listened to it this morning. And, if you live like that, you have to be looking over your shoulder. You have to be expecting it. Every day that you wake up, you're probably glad that, it didn't happen. Even back to Miss Antria Gunn. I'm pretty sure that Demetrius's behavior didn't just start those 2 weeks ago when he bust out her windows at the house. I think he bust out windows at her house, at her car, or something like that. But probably both. But I'm pretty sure that wasn't some behavior that just popped up. You know what I mean? So y'all have to just really be conscious of what you have going on in your life out there, man. I try my best to stay out of people's way, whether they're mad or whatever. Even if we just don't get along like that, you know what I'm saying? It's like I don't like to I just don't like to be in people's way like that, because you never know how people thinking these days, man. People are quick to kill you and let me go do the time. And they'll end up living out of, probably getting out of prison and living the rest of their life. That's not how I envision things happening with me. So I do try to stay out of people's way with that, man. It was something that came up the other day. This was mighty funny, but I was guy was signing something for me, and I was thinking to myself, man, he sure do got a ugly ass handwriting, and I without knowing it, I said it loud. And I do that a lot. I say things out loud a lot. and either don't know that I'm talking that loud or don't know that I'm just saying it, out loud. And and he looked at me and he laughed and he said, people with bad handwriting, they say that they're smart people because they're thinking, they have more than one thing on their mind, and they're just productive people and stuff like that. So I was like, that can't be true. So I went and looked it up, and just as sure, sitting up on the thing, it was like, boom, that is true. I don't know if that's by stats or whatever that is, but yeah, if you have ugly handwriting, if you have a messed up handwriting, and if your people or your whoever bring it to your attention, you have to let them know that, hey, I think I'm a little gifted. Oh man, but and speaking of gifted, listen, I don't know how many of y'all watch the new series that started with that 50 Cent, put out there. It's called For Life. And I did know that this was based on a true story. I think the guy's name was Isaac Wright Jr. And what it is he got locked up for drug conspiracy, drugs. Anyway, it was about drugs. He was supposed to have been a drug kingpin or something up in New York, and they framed him. I don't know if they intentionally framed him or not, but in New York, police around the globe, period, have a tendency of not doing their job thoroughly and not looking into things like other people can. Because look how the guy did with the Malcolm X story. Look how people come up and solve these different murders and solve these crimes and get people out of jail off of technicalities that the police, the people that we supposed to trust with our lives, the investigators, the judicial system, period. We supposed to trust them, but it's millions of men, millions of women. I don't know if I want to say millions this currently in there, but has went through the system that was falsely accused on some things. I just don't believe that all the black people that's been to prison was in prison for what it is that they say that they, put them in there for. Like I said, lack of evidence, lack of just that work, putting that work in, getting out there, putting boots to the ground and knocking on people's doors. You don't see that a lot when it's dealing with us. And he wasn't accused of murdering anyone. It was, like I said, this was on a drug. This is a drug charge that got him 20 plus years or life or something like that. And but what this brother did is he went in and he started studying law. He is a smart brother. He's still living. But just listen, I'm gonna give you a brief rundown and just to let you see where what 50 Cent took this TV series. So he's a lawyer inside of prison that is helping other people get out early or getting the case reviewed so they can get the time cut, something like it's only in episode 2. I just watched episode 2 last night, which was Tuesday night. So it's gotta get better because these first 2 episodes was pretty damn good. The only thing I don't like about it, and we always have some we always have something to say about somebody else making some money. But 50 Cent went and got somebody, I think his name is Aaron Wallace, in the show. I don't know if that's his real name or just Aaron Wallace in the show. But he went and got a guy that, oh man, I just can't stand. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to look at the rest of it without making this Ghost comparison. He kind of looked like Ghost. And he talked like Ghost. Ghost had this kind of whisper about himself. You know what I'm saying? And this is how he talked. But that I seen Isaac on TV talking, and Isaac don't talk like that. Isaac don't talk with a whispering voice. But that's how Ghost was talking when he was in there, Tasha, such, he just had that persona about him, right? And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna look at the full series of this show, but I think 50 could have either had him act that a little better or just got a better actor on it. I mean, had him playing one of the inmates or somebody that he get out of jail. But what he's doing is he's a jailhouse lawyer, not the jailhouse lawyer that we used to now. We used to them jailhouse lawyers that when we go to jail, I'm gonna give y'all a little story. When I went to jail, my first time going to jail, I was green, and I went up in there, and I started nutting up or something, and I started punching the walls. When I went to jail, I was green about the whole thing, and went to jail on a forgery charge, counterfeit money. I was making counterfeit money, but that's a story I'm gonna tell in another podcast, man. But that's been about 15 years ago. Wait, how old my son is? 20? No, it's been about 20 years ago. So I ain't on probation no more. But anyway, man, when I got in there, I started punching the walls and just started freaking out. Like I said, this was my first time going to jail, and I was freaking out. And one of the guys that I knew, his last name was Lockhart. Listen, he was a built guy, and he grabbed me from behind. He knew me, right? And he grabbed me. He said, "Hey, Mac, look, man, you're going to have to calm down, because that shit that you did, you probably going to get some probation, and you'll be up out of here in a couple of days." I was like, "For real?" See, that's the jailhouse lawyer right there. That's because they ass been locked up so many times that they can tell you that, that shit that you did ain't nothing. I done seen motherfuckers come in here and go. So that shit that you did ain't nothing. So I ain't talking about that kind of jailhouse lawyer. I'm talking about a real jailhouse lawyer. He went and got his degree and everything. And what he's doing is he's helping people, like I said, get the case looked at again, either getting time cut or get out. And all the while he's trying to get himself out of prison. So it's a good series. Y'all do need to check it out. It's definitely one of those that people gonna be talking about on Facebook, just telling people not to do a spoiler. I'm gonna block you if you all spoil it or tell this, that, and the third. Please. Please. And another one that I was looking at was look, I'm gonna tell y'all. Look, I'm all for Black excellence. I'm all for the movement that's going on. But y'all, if y'all got an hour and 46 minutes to waste, if you have an hour and 46 minutes to waste, go watch The Photograph. It's the most boring love story I've ever seen. I've seen one of my friends act. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you how this came about, and I'm not gonna talk too much on it because I have to give my review on her podcast here coming up. But I had a friend call me and told me to look at the movie, and we was gonna talk about it on her podcast. And I was like, all right, cool. So I found the movie. Boom, boom. It's Issa Rae. Issa Rae did it. I didn't even know she acted. She was an actress in it. But as I'm looking at it, I'm like, well, it's got to pick up. Sharon said it was going to be good, so it's got to pick up. And, I want to be able to get a good review on it whenever we do it, whenever we do her podcast and everything. And I messed around and looked at the whole damn movie. And it was, I hate to say it like this, but it was some bullshit. I would have rather looked at the Titanic one more time instead of look at that shit, man. But hey, she doing a thing though. I'm not knocking that she doing the thing, but if I had to give a review on it, if I had to give her some thumbs up or some thumbs down, you know what I'm saying? She'd be thumbs down with me. I've seen way better, man. Give me a poetic justice. Give me a you know what I'm saying? Give me some shit like that. Look, people always talking about how, oh, well, this is a movie. It didn't have any drama, didn't have this, didn't have that. We gonna talk about that. But movies are meant to have something to pull people in. And if people are used to gunplay, if they're used to baby mama drama, just negative stuff to pull into the story, then why do people look for that not to be in there? You can't have a good movie. Name a good movie that don't have a good black movie, because this is our culture, right? This is our culture. This thing say culture. This thing don't say like everybody else. So why don't we talk about the adversity that we have to go through to have these great relationships? Just because you go through the adversity don't mean you have to die in the movie. It's just, you could get caught cheating or get shot at, all of this stuff. And it's the adversity that brings the movie together that makes it a good love story. A lot of people wouldn't look at Baby Boy as a love story, but I looked at that as a love story, man. I did. I don't know. I'd like to see I would have watched Baby Boy again. I recommend you to watch Baby Boy. If somebody say, hey, let's go to the movies and watch The Photograph. You said, no, I'm going to go watch Baby Boy. Or no, I'm going to be here when you come back. I'm going to watch Titanic again. Had to step away to see where I was hearing all those clicks and clanks from. Sometimes my kids can come and get in the kitchen and start looking at stuff. Everybody got something to do when you got to record. You know what I mean? Always remember that. For people that's going to do, I'm going to give y'all a little bit of the game. If you have a family, they will not be coming around. You won't see them. If they go to their room, be on their iPhones, iPads, or their phones, or pad, whatever. Nobody want to be around you or ask you questions until you start recording. Trust me, it happens to me every time. But other than that, man, I've just been I've been digging for content, just digging for content. And listen, I've been digging for content so deep, I jumped into a dating site called POF. Listen, y'all, POF is full of lying, deceitful people. Look, POF is full of Lizzo Superfans. I'm positive I'm so positive that they're Lizzo Superfans that I will give you my login information so you can go in and look and see these people, these women. Man, it's crazy. But the thing is, you get a lot of content from on there. You can get a lot of content from on there. If this is, and you know what? This is my thing. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna call this what it's called, the POF Chronicles, Plenty of Fish Chronicles. And I'm gonna give y'all first chronicle today. But first I want to warn you not to get on there looking for anything serious, because people on there lying. And the first thing they like to lie about is, I'm not on here to give up no ass. I'm not on here to fuck and all of this right here. Look, they lying. They are lying. Okay? Because I guarantee when they read that, ladies, can I tell you something? Whenever you tell a man that only makes his game get stronger. Whenever you tell him, hey, I'm not on here to sleep with you, to fuck with you, whatever. I'm not here for that. I'm looking for something. I'm looking for a real love. Someone to call my... No. When men hear that, it's this thing in our head that switch over and say, well, that means I just got to make my game stronger. They don't say that. It's a subconscious thing. It's a subconscious thing that tell us that I just got to make my game strong, because I ain't on here to spend weeks in and weeks out not knowing what the booty feel like. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving, look, see, I'm putting y'all on some game right now. Fellas, hate me later. Hate me later. And this just don't happen on dating sites. This happen everywhere. They read your comments, they read your posts, they read your up under your pictures. You know, you be taking pictures with your ass stuck out, but you say this ain't, you can't get none of this. Man, when you say, look, have you ever told a kid, well, you've heard this story. You've heard the story about of telling a kid one thing, but they do the other. And that's exactly what women do. Or that's exactly what men do. If you tell a man, I'm not here to sleep with you, he is okay. He's like, oh, okay, no, I ain't here for that either, baby. No, I want to get to know, I want to get to know what's up in your head. I want to get to know everything about you. I want to know what makes you tick. I want to know what you look up to whenever you are falling down. You know what I'm saying? They come up with some bullshit. Now we're some clever individuals. You can say what you want to say. You can call us what you want to call us. But you have never, ever, ever heard some nice verses come out of a motherfucker mouth than a nigga that's trying to get some pussy. And I don't say nigga too much, but just for content's sake, okay? But you don't ever hear some smooth life. If you could take some of the lines that guys tell these women out here and put them in a song, and most of them do, but if you can put them in a song, they would have the #1 love song out here. They should have go quadruple platinum, because they have the gift of the gab at certain times. You know what I'm saying? All they got to do is, and this site is called Plenty of Fish, and they throw that line up there, and once they start talking and that line bounce a little bit, oh shit, I got her, and they just start rolling from there. So I'm gonna jump right into this story. I met a chick on there one time, and I don't know if chick is derogatory or not, but I met a chick on there one time, and conversation was good. And first thing she told me, if you're on here for some pussy, you can bypass me with that shit, cause I ain't out here fucking. I was like, cool, okay. Click. So let me get to know more about you. Tell me what is it that you like? What do you do on a daily basis? What is it that what business ideas do you have? You know what I'm saying? So things went on for about 3 days. 3 days I'm throwing that gas at her. And she invited me over to her house. Hey, look here. Women that never mind. She invited me over to her house, and we had conversation. Everything was going cool. But let me rewind a little bit. During those 3 days, she told me about this time where where this rapper raped her. And I'm gonna say allegedly, so I can say his name. So allegedly, Lil Zane raped this woman. And she told me about the whole night, about her going to the party. She was at the party, and he sent his manager over there to talk to her. And, all of a sudden, Lil Zane, so Lil Zane came on over there. And look, I believe all of this happened. I do. I believe all of this happened. So she's, going into how, so later on that night, she went home, and listen, this is later on that night. If she had a party at Lil Zane at, I'm pretty sure a little later is in the wee hours of the morning. It's almost time for people to get up and go to work or go to church or something. But so she said later on that night, he came, they had exchanged numbers, and, he hit her up, asked could he come over. He came over, and he said he took it. And I was like, damn, well, why didn't you report this motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? And she said, well, because I didn't want all of the TV drama, the media drama, because I do TV myself. She do what you call that stuff, the real, some kind of wires, but we ain't gonna get into that. But this and so I believed all of this, and I say believed because I'm not gonna sit and say that this stuff didn't happen. Allegedly. I want to say allegedly. Lil Zane, don't send your goons after me. This is just a story that was told to me. So now fast forward back to after about 3 days, I'm invited over to the house. And look, we having a nice talk, whatever. I'm admiring the house. The house is huge. This is like I don't stay in that kind of shit. You know what I mean? But look, like after a couple of drinks, when I say she attacked me, I ain't talking about physically. She was biting all on the neck, trying to unzip. I'm like, I'm kind of fighting over. I'm like, hey, whoa, I'm here to know about you. I'm here to just chill with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to have a couple of drinks with you. I didn't come for all of that. And that had me thinking, not then at that time, but, once I got home and went to thinking about it, I was like, damn, she been knowing me 3 days and was after it like that. I wonder what, with a motherfucker like Lil Zane, he got some money and shit, because I ain't got no damn money. And I know, you probably gonna say, oh, it ain't all about the money. Sometimes a woman just feel you like that. True enough. But let's get real. Let's talk real shit now. So, but I spoke about Eskimo brothers. Remember I talked about Eskimo brothers one time? And Eskimo brothers are two men that had sex with the same woman. So see, this is how men become Eskimo brothers. Shit that happened like that. But see, me and Lil Zane, you ain't my Eskimo brother. We probably Eskimo cousins, all right? Because she just got the suds off the top. I let her get the suds off the top. You know what I mean? I'm just being real. I let her get the suds off the top. I see her on TV sometime. I don't even. That's just something I know. How many of y'all can do that shit right there? How many of y'all? And listen, I met this woman on POF. Gotta have that paid subscription, baby. Gotta have that paid subscription. That free shit, people, they don't even let you see them out there like that. But yeah, so me and Lil Zane might be Eskimo cousins. We Eskimo cousins, cause yeah, she got the suds off the top. You can't just, you can't refuse a woman from getting the suds off the top. And penetrating her is one thing, but when she just refuse to let your hands go after you done locked on your belt buckle and everything, and she sitting there fighting with you, you better let her get them suds off the top. So man, POF, man, hey, I could tell you so many stories right now, but I only have a little bit of time, man. I'm over my time already. I'm supposed to probably be here only like 45 minutes, but I think I'm gonna go over that. I'm at like 37 minutes now. Oh man, but I don't know. That was like that was just a big thing for me, man. I was really tripping about that, and but that's just something we have to keep in mind, that at any time we can lose it all just by, Anyway, let me see what else I got written down here, man. Got the suds off the top. And I don't know how this ties into what I'm about to talk about, but it ties into it some kind of way. It's no laughing situation. No laughing situation at all. I was actually flipping through Facebook and I seen WALB, WSB TV. I used to stay down south, so WALB is a station down that what probably my mama look at. She look at WALB TV. That's a station out of Albany, Georgia. But WSB TV is the Atlanta station here. And of course I follow them on Facebook. So I was looking on there, man, and I seen where this girl had I think her name was Jewel Sweet. No, it's Jewel Sweat. Key Sweat. No, she ain't no Ken Key Sweat. She's a Caucasian girl. She's a Caucasian, but Jewel Sweat. She's a high school cheerleader, and she went to the hospital the other night because she had a stomach pain and found out that she had a very rare case of stomach cancer. And this was on the 9th of February. She went, and as of today, she put up a Facebook. She put up a GoFundMe account 3 days ago. And wait, was it 3 days ago? On the 16th? What's today? Yeah, on the 16th, she put up a GoFundMe account. She needed to raise, I think, $15,000 or something like that. And by today, she tripled it. She tripled that in a day. This is for medical, all of that good stuff, man. And I'm like, wow, that's got to be amazing, man, because I've looked at some GoFundMe accounts that I wasn't able to contribute to. I know $1 wouldn't hurt. $1.50 wouldn't hurt. But, you see these people giving $40, $50, $60, $100, $500, just going on and on and on. I could just go on about it. But I seen a GoFundMe account, and it really hurt me to my heart because I have a 12-year-old. Well, I have an 11-year-old daughter, and this girl was 12 years old. It was born with some rare disease where it's hard for her to eat, hard for her to digest food and stuff like that. I think her name is Olivia. Anybody that want to go to this GoFundMe, please look up Transplant for Olivia. And she needed to, she's had a GoFundMe up since December the 13th of 2019. And she haven't reached her goal yet. I think my thing is that we need to take care of us. Our culture, we need to take care of us, man. There's something about us that keep us from taking care of each other. Seeing something like that. We always think we're up to no good. We always think that we're up to scamming. We always think that, but some of these people, man, like $1 don't hurt, $5 wouldn't hurt. Even if you gave somebody $5 and they were scamming, they have a defect. I'm not going to say a defect. They have something wrong in their head, and it's only $5. You and I know those are your $5 that you work for, and you can't do it for every GoFundMe that have this sad story up. Because trust me, people, I know it is some scams out there going on. Hell, I put a damn GoFundMe up one time just because I want to take my daughter to damn Disney World. I need help. I was just being honest. You know what I'm saying? My goal was like $5,000, $6,000. I got zero monies on that. You feel me? But listen, Olivia, they had that, like I said, it up since December 13th, man. Y'all go check it out. She, she's got a long life to live, and let's make it as comfortable for her as possible. I'm going on there as soon as I get off here and give as much as I can give, if it's even $5. You know what I mean? And you know what? even one a little closer than that. I went to school with this guy. His name is Bernard Brockington. I went to school with his brothers, and I didn't know he had a GoFundMe up. He's been dealing with diabetes for 35 years. He's 40 years old now. He's been dealing with diabetes for 35 years, man. He's been taking insulin for 35 years. You know what I mean? So, and you know, he's found out that he has some kind of failure, I think, with his eyesight or something. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But you can most definitely go and look at his GoFundMe. But his GoFundMe has been up since August 16, 2019. I see he has a goal of $75,000. No, $7,500. $7,500. And he still hasn't met his goal yet. He need a liver and kidney transplant. As a matter of fact, I think he got that this week, maybe. He needed it by this week, needed something by this week. I don't know how that all turned out for him, but just the fact that to this day, he only have on his GoFundMe, he only have $5,185. That's a blessing. That's a blessing. But what I'm looking at is more goes into just needing it for that. Even though I know he's grateful for that. He's grateful for it. Trust me. I know, because I know if it was me, I would be. And we're from pretty much the same area. I was raised down there in that area. And I know, you know, that kind of help is a great help. He's a father. He's a husband, son, brother. You know what I'm saying? He have a life to live also. And just giving $1, $2, $3, $4, $5. And listen, when I get off of this podcast, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to give $3, $4, $5, whatever, because like I was saying before, I don't know, I drifted off with what I was saying. It's more than just the operation. You know, your $5 could compensate for his time off work, to feed his kids, take care of, you know, his household. And there's no reason that, you know, his GoFundMe shouldn't have tripled by now. Remember, I spoke of a young lady that her GoFundMe tripled in 3 days. She needed $15,000, and her GoFundMe tripled in 3 days. We need to take care of us a lot more, man. We really do. So yeah, y'all go check it out. I think his GoFundMe is preparing for kidney and liver transplants. Look that up on GoFundMe, and you know, go shoot him a few dollars, man. That's, like I said, I know that guy right there. I know him as said. So I don't know. I think that's it. Let me see. How did I not talk about Boosie? How did I not talk about Boosie, man? Look, I don't know how many of y'all watch Boosie. With his rant, with his he was kind of upset about this thing with D Wade and his child. Now, one thing I will say is I'm not going to talk about nobody's, you know, child. I'm not going to weigh in on stuff like that. But what I want y'all to listen to what Boosie had to say about it. And then I'm going to elaborate on the subject, not the child, but the subject. So let me play this.
Gotta say something about this shit, bro. Dwayne Wade, you gone too fucking far, dog. That is a male, a 12-year-old. At 12, they don't even know what their next meal gonna be. They don't have shit figured out yet. He might meet a woman, anything, at 16 and fall in love with her. But his dick be gone. How you gonna... Like, bro, you going too far, dog. Don't cut his dick off, bro. Like, bro, for real. If he gonna be gay, let him be gay. But don't cut his dick off, bro. Like, don't address him as a woman, dog. He's 12 years old. He's not up there yet. He hasn't made his final decisions yet. Don't cut his fucking dick off, Dwayne Wade, bro. You fucking tripping, dog. You tripping, dog. You tripping, dog.
All right, so Boosie is kind of upset about the whole thing going on with Dwayne Wade and his son, and as I listened to the Breakfast Club, and I listened to some people's opinion on that situation. I'm only addressing the people. I'm addressing the people on what they think about that. Not necessarily what they think about that, but people that address things like that. When people, so he's concerned. Not really concerned. I know what Boosie is saying, but nobody said that they was gonna do the whole chop his penis off. Nobody said that. What they said that he was gonna, he's a transgender. He just want to be addressed as a woman. But anyway, I want to talk to the people that be calling into the Breakfast Club. I look at their post online and everything, and they did the same thing with Pastor Troy when Pastor Troy was expressing himself. This is supposed to be a land of the free, where you supposed to have free speech and all of this stuff right here. But everybody want to be politically correct. Everybody didn't go to school. Everybody didn't finish high school. Everybody didn't finish middle school. Everybody didn't go to college. So when you talk about being politically correct, there has to be you have to have a certain skill to be politically correct. Bouncing around people's feelings, sometimes you don't get your point out. Now, I know it's certain things that you wouldn't want people to say, but can they say it or not? I guess that's up to them whether they say it or not, right? But my question to people is, whenever they say something about a gay person or a gay couple or anything like that, they call them homophobic, and then they go off and say, well, they are gay too. Why does that? Why do they have to be gay? Because they have an opinion about something that they are not, comfortable with. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do they have to be gay? Now, I ain't saying the people that's gay, why do they have to be gay? I'm saying, why are the people that's talking about the people that's gay, the LGBTQ RST community, say that they are gay, and they attack them and they call them gay, and they say that they ain't gonna listen, man. It's a lot of people out here that's not gay. It's a lot of people out here that's suppressing thoughts, suppressing what they want to say in fear of some type of retaliation. You know what I'm saying? And those are the people that you should be afraid of. You should be afraid of the people that's not saying what they want to say because they're afraid of what the society is going to say. I guess that's pushing the ball back into their court, because people that was afraid to come out of the closet didn't come out of the closet because they was afraid of what society was going to say, right? So now I guess the ball is in the other court now. So if they come out and say something about it, then they don't support them on this, don't support them on that. I'm saying, why? Like I said, but and this goes all the way back to racist people. You don't want racist people to not show that they're racist. You would want to know the people that's homophobic, just like you would want to know the people that's racist, because you don't want those racist people sitting down beside you with this fake smile on their face waiting to stab you in the back as soon as you turn around. You want to know that you're sitting beside somebody that don't like either your race, your lifestyle, or whatever. Don't suppress them. Don't take that away from them, because it's going to build up and come out other ways. It's going to build up. It's going to come out in ways that they never planned on it coming out. It's just like you shake that soda up. You shake it up and all of that pressure inside. And then when you pop that top, it just spew everywhere. Just blind people. Just all kind of shit happen. When usually, put that soda, don't shake it up, don't suppress nothing, don't hold nothing in, and you just take that top off. You don't hurt nobody, but hey, I don't fuck with that soda. I know that soda bad for you. I know that soda kill you and everything, but I don't fuck with that soda. That's how you want it to be. But see, if you come out here and you bash the people that's just speaking their mind, then that's a bigger danger to that LBGTQRSTU LMNOP community. You know what I'm saying? It's worse, because now you got somebody over here that you think is cool, LGBTQ community person, to think that they cool, but this person really looking at you out the side eye, because if that person is trying to touch their leg, then they're gonna pop off on them, pop, and you don't know what that pop might be. It might be hands, it might be guns, it might be whatever. So it's probably not a good idea that people are being are looked at like that. People have their different preferences. People have their different things that they like. Some people like to be fucked in the ass. Some people don't. I'm talking straight people. Straight people like to have sex in the ass. Some people, some women don't like sex in the ass. You know what I'm saying? So, are you shaming those people? Are you shaming, look, I'm saying it the best way I know how. Maybe when me and my co-host link up this week, we'll talk about it. Or maybe when I'm on my humble opinion with Sharon, maybe we'll talk about it. Maybe that's something that I'll bring up so somebody can give me some feedback on it. You know what I mean? Because I think that's the worst way to go about it. Let everybody say what they want to say. Like I said, you want to know that a white person want to call you a nigga. You know what I'm saying? You want to know that. You want to know. I ain't necessarily saying call you a nigga, but it's up to how they handle that after that thing of knowing. You know what I mean? So, hey man, again, it's been good fucking with y'all, man. Man, like I said, I'm gonna bring y'all the podcast that me and Eric did. E flat is what they call him. We didn't do a video on it. Well, we started out doing a video. This was his first podcast, right? This was his first podcast, so we had to cut the video on it. I seen he was just new at it. But he got great conversation. It's great conversation with him. We're going to I'm gonna release that sometime this week too. So look forward to that. Like I said, it'll just be the audio. I won't have any video on it or anything like that. And it's a lot of we're gonna cut out because we you can tell how bumpy it was starting out. So look forward to that. Again, you can catch me on, I have to read it out because I'm on such a long list. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Buzzsprout, Google Podcasts, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Castro, Castbox, and Pocket Chaser. And again, I'm on YouTube. Y'all just Google Culture, KULLCHR. Y'all listen, don't nobody else spell it like me. Don't nobody else do it like me. And I want to give some shots. No, I'll give them shots out a little later. But yeah, shots out to everybody that think that this is just a fad. We gonna be here for a long time. Culture gonna be here for a long time. You need a culture sweater, culture hoodie, culture shirt. You'll start seeing my culture gear everywhere. So, and when I say everywhere, I'm talking about on my page, when I'm out in public. My son, my son's selling culture at school and everything. Man, look, again, this is KULLCHR. You Google it and you'll see what it's all about. Now, I'm going to leave y'all with a song. I don't know what it is yet, but yo, I'm out. Peace.